What is going on, guys? Kenny here from 619 Guitars and Gear, and welcome back to another video. It's 2025. This is actually the first video of 2025, which is pretty cool. We're going to do something a little bit different. Everyone's doing their year-end wrap-up videos, or usually I do like a updated guitar collection video. Today we're going to change it up. Instead of doing a full-on collection video, we're going to do a video dedicated to all of the guitars that I have painted. I have most of them here, so it would be basically all of them, which are, I consider all of them my favorites because I like all of them. But I'll show you all the ones that I have here, and then at the end I'll show you some pictures of ones I've done in the past that I no longer have, starting with my very first paint job ever. And you know, there's a couple of pictures of ones I did for customers that I still wish I had, but unfortunately I do not. So we'll include a little bit of everything. So as always, let's get into it. All right, first up, this guitar has definitely been on the channel. We did a review on it before we painted it, and then I recorded the whole process of painting it, and that is the Squier Paranormal Baritone. It's the Cabernet Telecaster. Used to be like a traditional Sunburst, but we made it this really awesome rainbow metal flake color shifting paint. I used a 2K clear on it, and my goal with painting all these guitars is basically to make it have a factory gloss finish, if not better, and make it as smooth and nice as possible. And we achieved that with this one. This one definitely looks awesome, and I'm super happy with that. So definitely love the way this came out, front and back. We upgraded the heck out of this. New bridge, new pickup, locking tuners, all that. And this guitar plays and looks absolutely awesome, and I definitely love this one. All right, next up, this guitar you guys will definitely remember, and that is the 7-string kit build we did from Guitar Kit World. This was a lot of fun. I haven't done too many kits, so this was a really fun experience. This has a really nice flame maple veneer on it, so I wanted to kind of keep that look going. So we just sealed it and did this really nice teal burst going around the outside of it. And then I kept the back and sides. I stained them like a dark walnut color and etched out the wood grain with the sandblaster and a wire brush and matched the neck to it. Did the same on the headstock with, actually put a flame veneer on the headstock because it didn't come with one. So we glued that on and then did the thin burst going around that also. This was a lot of fun, and I definitely loved the way this one came out for sure. So this next one has been on the channel before. We did a review on it before I painted it, and that is my Solar AB16S. It used to be silver. I might have shown this in last year's guitar collection video. Basically, I didn't have any orange guitars, and I wanted an orange guitar. There's actually a Charvel that has this theme. It's kind of like roasted maple neck with the orange body and white pickups, and I just love the way it looks. So I kind of, you know, took that idea and applied it to this. And what's really cool about this paint job is it's a single stage paint job. So the clear is mixed in with the orange base coat, and it's pretty much, you got to be really tedious when it comes to wet sanding and buffing it. But I've actually fooled a couple people because this thing looks absolutely factory. And for being a single stage paint job, it looks really, really good. And yeah, I definitely love the way this one turned out for sure. All right, this next guitar has definitely been on the channel before. It was actually one of my first few videos I did on YouTube before we painted it. That is my Ibanez Geo GRG131DX, and I painted it to kind of be a modern rendition of the Eddie Van Halen Frankenstrat, and I gotta say, it came out really good. I love the way it looks. We did the whole little pickguard thing. I did the, you know, switch in the middle, which this one doesn't work. It's just kind of for looks to kind of follow the original. We changed some stuff up a little bit, like it's not an exact replica. It's kind of just a modern take on it. What's cool is you would think this is a tone knob, but it's actually the 3-way switch. So I love the way that looks. And just with the red binding and everything, this one came out really good. I did a couple videos on painting this, and I never was able to finish it because I lost all the footage of me finishing it and putting it back together and everything. But I think you guys did see this in last year's guitar collection video. I just never did a dedicated video on it. But I love the way this came out. It's got a satin finish on it. It's kind of beat up, scratchy looking. And yeah, definitely a cool paint job for sure. Alright, so this next guitar has not really been on the channel too much besides in last year's collection video. That's this old Ibanez GRG, I believe it is. Not sure of the exact model. I'll put it up on the screen though. But this thing is absolutely awesome. I kind of wanted it to, well, I got the idea for this whole build was basically the Eric Johnston's signature Schecter that he has with the pink and, you know, white pick guard. And basically kind of got the idea for it, but we did like a satin rose pink. We have a Duncan designed in it that's all rustic and beat up looking. I kind of relicked some of the parts because I just thought it looked really good. And then I retrofitted this old licensed Floyd on there. It can bend down, but it can't bend back. But it looks really, really good. I actually love this guitar. And you guys will think I'm bull crapping, but this is, for some reason, with all the fretwork and setup I did on this, one of the best playing guitars that I have. It's just so buttery and smooth and effortless, and I just love playing it. It sounds decently good. I'd love to upgrade some of the single coils and maybe even the humbucker, but other than that, this thing sounds really good, and I love the way it came out. Alright, next up, you guys have definitely seen this guitar before, and that is the Headless. It's the GW2 Pro. This guitar was really cool when I got it. It was just a natural wood finish. I specifically got that finish for the reason of probably I knew I was going to paint it. So, yeah, we threw it in the sandblaster and got the wire brush out, etched out the grain. The front is really, really deep. I don't know if you can see that on camera. But we got the front really etched out good. I did the same on the back and sides. So we did black on the sides and back with the grain highlighted in white. And then I did the opposite on the front where it's white with the grain highlighted in black. And then I threw some neon green in there. Wasn't a huge fan of this when I finished it, but it's kind of grown on me since then and people seem to like it. So definitely a cool looking paint job. Threw some EMGs in it, and this thing seems to be holding up. It needed a lot of work to get it to play good, but it seems to be stable now, and yeah, definitely love the way this one looks. Alright, this next guitar you guys have definitely seen before, and that is my NK Headless. It used to be pink and purple and stuff when I got it. This is a older model NK, but the whole theme of this one was kind of like the dark side from Star Wars, you know, red lightsaber, black outfit. I really loved Darth Maul. And yeah, this was my first time etching out the wood grain in the sandblaster, and it came out really good. We did a black base with the red highlights in the grain on the sides and back and even the front. And then we did a thin red burst with the airbrush going around the outside of it, and I love the way it came out. We did some little touches like put a veneer on the cavity cover, did a little red burst around that, and then did some little red burst on the back of the headpiece, and some black and red up there also. And this neck is really nice. Put some dark stain on it, and it has a really nice flaming pattern. But definitely love this guitar and love the way it came out for sure. Alright, so these last two guitars are by far my two favorite paint jobs that I've ever done. The last guitar is definitely my favorite, but this one's definitely up there, ranking pretty high, probably number 2. You've seen this guitar before. We did a review on it when I first got it. And that is my Ibanez Jake Bowen Signature. You guys have not really seen this one since I've painted it. It used to be white, but whoever had it definitely must have been a smoker because the white was all yellowed. The model on this is the JBM10FX. And you're probably like, why would you paint a Signature? And yeah, the paint was just nasty looking. And I never had a gold sparkly guitar. It looks super bougie and fancy. And I love this one. The quality of the clear coat came out really, really good. It's super factory looking, if not better. And that sparkle, man, you can't deny. It looks really, really good. It goes with, I left the back of the neck and the headstock white because the logo is gold and the tuners are gold. So it kind of just goes with it. I threw some Fishmans in this and vinyl wrapped them in white vinyl. And this whole thing just looks absolutely awesome. It's probably one of my favorite guitars to play, and I just absolutely love the way it looks. All right, last but not least, this is by far my favorite paint job. You guys seem to love it when I did the whole video series of painting this guitar. It was a super stressful paint job just because I wanted it to come out good, but I had a lot of fun doing it, and I was really happy with the way it came out. And that is my ESP Ltd Alexi-200 with the black and neon green crackle and the matching headstock. And yeah, this was a super fun paint job. Really stressful just because I wanted it to come out right. You can do so many different crackle patterns. You can do different types of crackle where it's more like splintery lightning. This one came out more like fractures, which you kind of got to experiment with just doing different thickness base coats, doing different dry times with the base coats, doing different thickness of the crackle paint itself. And yeah, the finish with the clear coat came out really, really good. It was a ton of clear coat just to get this leveled off because there was such a height difference between the green and the black. But we did it, and I'm super happy with the way it came out. The headstock matched really, really good. Kind of brought it down into a widow's peak here. I know I got some crap for the ESP logo, but I'm never selling this thing. It's never going anywhere. And hopefully Alexi would approve of this. I think he would. It's really, really cool looking. Definitely my favorite paint job ever. All right, so that wraps up all the guitars that we physically have here. Like I mentioned, I did a bunch that I will show some pictures up here of for other people, or, you know, just sold the guitars that I painted. Now we'll show my very two first paint jobs. One was a carven kit base that I did a ghost flame job on with the airbrush, and for being my first paint job, it didn't come out too bad. The flames looked really good, I thought. Just the finish wasn't that great. It was kind of like a dull gloss clear coat. And then I did a Jackson Warrior that I did kind of the Sinister Gates Avenger pinstripe theme on with the black and white. That looked pretty cool, but again, my finishing skills then weren't that good. Then there was a couple other Jacksons. One was like a neon green diagonal stripes with in the back I kind of used like a screen to make it look like carbon fiber. That actually came out really good. That was one of my first couple paint jobs. Then I did another Jackson that was kind of like a cosmic theme, still pretty cool. Then we get into like my LTD EC256 with the blood splatter. That guitar I picked up for like $20, and it was in like a barn fire, and it was all messed up. And I put a lot of time and parts and did the paint job, and ended up selling that thing for $400 when I was done. So actually the dude I did the Warrior for has that guitar now. And then I did a blood splatter or blood drip BC Rich Warlock. That one was a lot of fun. I no longer have that one. That I picked up for really cheap and ended up selling that for like $500 just to someone that didn't even really play guitar. They just appreciated the art, which was, hey, whatever. I'm not going to deny it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If I think of anything else or find any other pictures, I'll put them up here. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm excited to get into the new year. It's going to be really fun. And yeah, going to try to do some paint projects this winter, hopefully. Just got to make sure my garage is all the right temperatures and everything and get that all set up. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, be a good person, go paint your guitar, and we'll see you in the next video.